All right, so if you do want to build strength and increase your endurance and ultimately improve your longevity for your overall athleticism, I really think that hybrid athlete is the way to go. Hybrid athlete training is more about being all-around athletic and less about just focusing on one dimension of training. With my background being in football, going to track, being in the military, doing bodybuilding shows, endurance races, and obstacle courses, I've just found that ultimately being a hybrid athlete means just being diverse enough and athletic enough and healthy enough to maintain longevity throughout all the years. And ultimately, I just want to be able to be athletic enough to do whatever sport or whatever activity with my family while maintaining a certain muscular and athletic approach. And the only way that I've found that you can do that is by training as an athlete and training in multiple facets, whether that's strength training, whether that's endurance training, or whether that's something else. But having that kind of background definitely helps. What does an average week look like for me? Well, typically I work out anywhere from 5 to 7 days a week on most weeks. Of course, sometimes I'm only working out 3 or 4 days a week, depends. But if I'm working out 5 to 7 days a week, then each major muscle group is going to get targeted twice. And half that week, like I said, is either going to be broken out into like a mobility or an endurance or a stability phase. The other half might be broken down into a strength building or hypertrophy type phase or endurance phase. Again, it just depends on my goal. I'm so free. One of the biggest challenges as a hybrid athlete is definitely recovery and just trying to figure out how you can consistently train at a high level, not just for a week, not just for a month, or not just for a year. But like I said, I've been consistently working out for over 23 years now, and for me, consistently means at least 3 days a week. And there's only been maybe a couple of times that I didn't hit that goal, whether I was in the military for training, and even then I trained, or because I just had the flu or something. So recovery is definitely big. I definitely prioritize doing foam rolling. I also prioritize sleep, trying to mitigate stress. I also try to focus on getting some mobility work every workout, whether it's 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and ultimately just making sure that I'm following a diet that also aligns with recovery, that's definitely going to help me with my micronutrients and my macronutrients. There's other ways that you can also take care of your recovery as well, like cryotherapy. You could do cupping, you could do massage therapy. The list goes on, red light therapy. So ultimately it just depends on how aggressive you're training as well as how aggressive you want to recover. I think that one of the biggest mistakes that I've made over the years was just training one-dimensionally. And so that's why these days in my training, I facilitate all different types of training. Normally, the first half of my week, I'm focusing on mobility workouts, not so much on strength, not so much on anything pressing besides getting my body moving and just getting that flexibility out. The second half of my week, depending on the goal, I might either be doing strength training, I might be doing hypertrophy training, or I might be doing endurance training. It really just depends on the goal of like the current goal that I'm working on. See, I know, yeah. Why do I think hybrid training is the future? Because it's been around forever. It's really nothing new. In fact, about like 50, 60 years ago, people would just call a hybrid athlete just an athletic person. But these days, the fitness industry, with the amount of growth that it's had, anywhere from doing bodybuilding to doing ultra marathons or ultra races or obstacle courses or high roxes or CrossFit, there's just so many different athletic avenues that hybrid athlete is just kind of the term that's been coming to surface over recent years for someone who's just generally athletic. And so I think that ultimately it's my future, it's the way that I like to train, because I think about longevity. I think about like, how do I want to be whenever I'm 30 years old, 40, 50, 70, 80 years old, right? And ultimately, I want to have the ability to do whatever sport I want, be as active as I can be, and still look great and maintain, certain levels of like an athletic look. And I truly feel like training like a hybrid athlete, meaning doing some resistance training as well as cardio training on a recurring basis, that's ultimately going to be the best way to go. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and click like and subscribe. I'd love to have a conversation with you, so leave comments below. Let me know what's been your biggest struggle over the years that you've been training whenever it comes to being a multi-sport athlete. I'd love to have a conversation with y'all. Thank you so much for checking out my channel, and peace, love, protein shakes. Let's get it, baby.
Hey, see, I know, yeah, ain't seen nothing